Hello, welcome to Divine Messages of Light and Love. I'm Lana Fink, and today I want to talk to you all about a very important topic. It's January 1st, and I want us all to take a minute to talk about our self-care because I know quite a few of us don't have a great routine to care for ourselves. I was guilty of it for years, decades. It all started back when I was a child, and I likely didn't take care of myself the way that I should have, right? We're always going from sports to school to band to chorus, and there was always something to fill up every single moment of the day. I didn't have a moment to breathe. And then I became a nanny for a while and then got into corporate America. And the more I think about it, right, when I was in corporate America, married for a couple of years, now I've had a baby, a full-time mom working in corporate, driving an hour to work back and forth each day, still breastfeeding for 14 months for that first child. You think about all of these things that you did, right? And you were just on autopilot. And I think we all know what that means. I mean, there were times where I drove down to the office an hour away. I remember getting in the car. I remember getting there. I don't remember the drive at all, at all. And it was a little scary when I got there, and I'm like, well, at least God kept me safe. Okay, let's start the day. And it was just a constant rat race. I mean, I hate to say it, I don't know how else to say it, or a hamster wheel. You're constantly going and going and going and going and going. And it wasn't until about a year and a half ago when I stopped working in corporate America that I finally took the time for self-care. And what I mean by that was literally 2 months. I didn't do anything because I was so stressed out, working 60-hour weeks, not even realizing the damage it was doing to my body, my overall health, and just being able to come down from all of the stress and anxiety I was under. Then it was, okay, how do I get another job? And trying to go back in. And what I understood at that time, those 2 months, is I needed to find a balance. I needed to be able to have the quiet time I needed to be able to, to pray at the time, but then also to be able to understand what it is I really wanted to do. And then I had an epiphany of creating my own coaching company, right? I mean, my coaching company focuses on communication coaching and building confidence and increasing your visibility. Because at the end of it, I know I was there. I was the person that didn't want to be called on in class, and I would be quiet, and I would always stand in the back of the room and not be the one to be standing or sitting in front of you today giving these messages. I always was the one to create the PowerPoint presentations, but never deliver them in front of hundreds of people because I wanted to stay in the shadows. It wasn't until Toastmasters International began that I truly understood the gift of being able to connect with others, the gift of really being able to confidently explain your message and get it across in a way that affects the hearts of many. Once you can tap into that gift of yours, and I truly believe everyone has it. Toastmasters International does not mean you have to be doing orations or giving speeches and doing all of these other things. It can be for the person that wants to stand up and deliver a sermon at church. It could be for someone that wants to go into maybe a leadership role at the PTA and is afraid to speak up. It could be for any of these other reasons if you think about it, right? So for me, it was amazing because all of a sudden now I found my voice after almost 50 years of my life. I finally found my voice. And Since I found it, I haven't stopped because I know the importance of being able to articulate what it is I need, and also to know that when I do need to have self-care, that it's okay to say to someone, you know what, thank you for the invite, but I'm going to do some self-care. My mother, I love my mother dearly. She always put us first. There wasn't self-care, a ton of self-care, right? And, God bless her, she's still doing it today. What I found though, for me personally, when I was running and doing it for everyone else and not taking care of myself fully, I wasn't able to be there 100% for them. I was there maybe 50%, maybe 75% sometimes if I pushed it, but never 100%. And so now what I'm doing is I'm making sure I am taken care of first. I'm making sure to get my meditation in, my exercise in, my shower in, everything in so that I can feel complete for me. And then once I do that, then I know I can show up for everyone else. It has been a complete game changer because all of a sudden now I understand and I value the self-care like I didn't for years. For years, I let it take an adverse effect on my body. And I had no idea it was even happening. But now that I know how important self-care is for me, so that I can truly be there for others, it has completely changed my life in a way I can't even express. So my challenge for you today is going to be the next time you wake up, think about how maybe you can enhance your self-care. Are you giving yourself the things that you need, the massages, or are you going to get your hair done, go get your nails done, or even going out to play that sport that you want to play, bowling or baseball, whatever it is, to just get some of that self-care in? Once you do, you're just going to feel like a whole new energized person. I know you are because I can tell you I absolutely do. When I know I'm taking care of my self-care first, and I know it sounds selfish, it's not. Because what I found and what I've heard is when you truly can take care of yourself, and you can make sure you are whole, then you can go out and you can spread that love and light to everyone else. Because all of a sudden now they're going to feel that energy. They're going to feel you showing up for them in ways you never have been able to do it before. Because you were only running on 50% or maybe 75% or even sometimes 25% just to be there for them. It's okay to say no to certain things so that you can take care of yourself. In fact, my opinion personally, it's a mandate of mine that I make sure I take care of myself every single day because I know how important it was, especially when it took me over 2 months to completely decompress from everything I had done to my body for those almost 30 years, right? Of constantly just being on that hamster wheel. I mean, I have no idea. I was involved in so many different projects on so many different teams, and I had all of the notes, and my mind was constantly going. And while it was okay and it was necessary for those roles, now I realize all of that has prepared me for this. To be able to speak to you, to say, I have actually lived it. I've done it. I know what it's like. And it's okay as a parent, as a spouse, as a child, whatever it is, whoever you are, to know that you need to have that self-care and to take care of yourself. Because when you take care of yourself, you're literally telling God and his team of angels that you appreciate the body that you were given, that you love yourself, and that you're going to do everything you can to show up every single day as the most complete being you can on this earth. So, again, my challenge for you today is going to be when you wake up in the morning, is there one thing you can do to help balance your self-care for the day. And it could just be one simple change, right? Maybe it's getting up 10 minutes early just to meditate, having that 10 minutes of quiet, or adding a 15-minute walk at lunch, or doing something else just to give yourself that time, that space away from everyone and everything. I used to hate the silence, hate it. And I had to talk all the time if you knew me, right? I would constantly be talking. Now, that silence, that's my sanctuary. That's where I'm able to do my deepest thinking. That's where I'm able to uncover what it is I need to step up into next. That's what's going to help me really, truly communicate with God and his team of angels anytime I need to, because it's going to be my solitude. It's going to allow me to understand who am I? What's my purpose? How can I show up for the world? And that's why I'm here today. I'm here today because I've had those experiences, but then also I'm here to deliver the message of having that self-care and knowing that it is okay. In fact, in my opinion, it's essential that you have the health self-care and you take care of yourself. I'm Lana Fink with Divine Messages of Light and Love, and we'll be back with another video again soon. Thank you.